Good morning, babies. Good morning, babies.
Well, hey, hi, Linda.
Hey, Steve. Hey, everyone.
Oh, boy, here we are Saturday night at 8 o'clock Central Time and 9 o'clock Eastern and so on and so forth. Wow, we got a heck of a show tonight. We've got Lola down in the green room. And we have a surprise guest down in the green room. And wow, who's that cute dog?
This is Jackson.
That is Sunglasses Jackson.
Yes.
Why do I call him Sunglasses Jackson?
Good question.
Because he's a boy.
Yeah, he is definitely a boy. That's for sure. He's a handful, but he's as sweet as can be.
Yeah. Hi, Carol from Montana.
Hi, Carol.
I'm glad you can make it tonight. We're gonna have a good show tonight, Carol. Now, where did those puppies come from, Linda? You didn't have puppies the other day.
No, I got a call from someone in rescue, and they were in Marshfield.
Down that way.
Down towards Marshfield, Missouri. These two and their mama, and the mama was killing chickens. So, we know what happens when you don't get them out of there and they're killing chickens. So
that's right.
And my husband met her husband part way, and here they are.
Yeah. And why do they kill chickens? We got a lot of Great Pyrenees that kill chickens. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I mean, I think typically that Pyrenees don't typically like fowl to begin with, but they can be trained with them. It's just a special kind of training.
Right. And it's intense training. It's not always successful because chickens are a predatory species.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right? They were never intended to protect the chickens, but anyway. Now who's that one?
This is Jane.
That is Jane. Look at her.
Yeah, wow. She's a sweetheart.
Well, she is. And how old are they? 8 weeks?
No, they're closer to 10 weeks now.
Oh, okay.
We'll
right.
have them a week tomorrow.
Gotcha. All right. Wow. And how are those two doing? If I remember right, matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, they appear to do well in a crate, don't they? Because they're puppies.
You know, these puppies are exceptional, actually. They very rarely have an accident inside.
Wow.
And the mother, who I don't believe ever was inside, has never had an accident inside.
Okay.
So she is completely potty trained.
And didn't you say something about the mother and you had your neighbor and their grandchild over? What happened there?
We actually had our granddaughter over today too. And she's wonderful with children. So she came from a home with children, and she just absolutely loves them. This dog does not have a mean bone in her body. And I'll say this, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I told Reagan today, this girl would do great off leash.
Uh-oh.
That's how good she is.
Wow.
Now, I don't have her. Debbie has her walking as good as Lucy walks on a leash. And we know we can walk Lucy with one finger on a leash. That's how good she is.
I've witnessed Lucy off leash
when
I was there.
She's better. Lilly is wonderful.
And Lucy is your Maremma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, look at Jackson. Well, I'll tell you what, little Jane, she's cute as a button, isn't she?
Yes.
We just saw Lily wandering back around back there.
Come here, sweetheart.
There she is. So Lily's kind of a people pleasing girl. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, she really is.
All right.
She's very sweet. She's very laid back. She's a great little mama to these pups, I can tell you that.
And how old is she?
She's a year old.
Wow, a year old. A baby having babies.
Yeah, the owner, ethically, is the way he put it, could not spay her for whatever his reasons were. So here she is, a baby having a baby.
Ethically.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard that.
Hi, Laura.
I haven't heard that one. Ethically. Cool. And you saw it before I did. Hi, Laura. Thank you for joining us. Was that does somebody need oiled?
Yes, Jackson.
Oh, and I got to ask.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. There's Miss Lily. Gosh, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful.
Whoever gets her, I mean, I always say, if I didn't have as many dogs as I do now, she is one dog that I would definitely keep.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
And who is that?
That's Jane.
That is Jane. Okay. Phew, good. I got the name right.
She's looking out the window.
Yeah. Yeah. And you seem to be a little partial to Jane, don't you? Because we've got, we have 9 pictures of Jane and 3 of Jackson.
That's because Jackson doesn't stay still long enough to get a picture of.
Well, there's how he got his nickname.
Yes.
And those were your sunglasses?
Yes.
Aren't those prescription?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was a good thing. It was a pair of my cheap ones. Because if they were my Ray-Bans, I would have not been happy.
But if you look at that face, he is sorry.
Yeah, look at that face.
All right. We made a video for them. Do we have time to play it? I know you got a tight schedule tonight.
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead, Steve. Play it.
Yeah, Linda will have to jump off after she's gets done with this. And but here we go. Here's a little video we put together for those 3. It would help if I played the one for Jane. Huh?
I said, nope, I don't have Lola.
Sorry, Jordan. So when will the puppies be ready for fosters? Oh, they're in a foster home now.
Yeah, they're in a foster home now.
And at 10 weeks, we probably want to think about pretty soon getting ready to separate those two, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to separate them now, so it's not a big, so much for them at once.
Yep.
I that's awful when people do that, but
That's detaching.
yes, I'm detaching them now, and they do really well. The puppies do. Lily is the one that has the really difficult time when she can't see them. But I'll tell you this: when they're in another room and she's in another room, she does seem to welcome the break. Because baby Jackson over here still wants to keep nursing too. So, he's always looking for his mama for that. But
Really?
they're doing pretty good detaching.
Okay, good.
We do it slowly and then increase.
So we need 3 foster homes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I look at Jackson and Jane and think that they still need each other a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just not sure yet. I haven't
Okay.
had them a full week.
Okay.
So I need to have them a little bit longer to be able to do the right things by them.
All right. That sounds good. So GPRescue.com, by the time you get your application filled out and processed, they'll figure out what they're going to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Steve, before I go off, I just wanted to address one thing.
Okay.
Reagan post a lot with our dogs, with our requirements. And a lot of times, like yesterday with the dog in the shelter, the dog was in a shelter and we were posting for a foster for the dog because the dog was on a euthanasia list.
Yep.
So please don't bash on the rescue that's trying to save the dog for our requirements. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. My requirements will never change. They're there in place for a reason. Now, if I have a certain situation, a certain dog that would do okay, then we'll bend those rules. But those rules are in place for 99% of the time. So please don't come at us aggressively. We're just doing our best to try to save them. And remember, our rules are there to keep the dog safe and the foster safe.
And I happen to know that you do take everything case by case too.
Case by case. They're always case by case. Not every dog is going to do well with a fence. Doesn't matter what fence you have. They go over it. They have to be leash walked.
Can you see what's going on behind you?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
So just don't hate on the rescue, please.
Right.
We're doing our best.
And make no mistake, this is a rescue, and there was an indication on our primary page that we were killing dogs. That is not the case at all. So I don't know what got misunderstood.
We were trying to save his life, not
Asking for help.
Yes. We don't have the dog personally. We were trying to save the dog from euthanasia.
Now, am I hearing that there's a possibility he's got an adopter out of the shelter? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, just the update on that is that the dog was reclaimed by his owners.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what happened.
So anybody asking, I've been getting a lot of calls. I know Reagan was getting a lot of calls.
Okay.
The dog has been reclaimed by the owners. So
A good looking dog too, wasn't he?
yeah, he was beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he was in Kansas, wasn't he?
He was in Kansas.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Linda. GPRescue.com and Great Pyrenees Rescue of Missouri. It's all about the dogs. So,
That's right.
all right. Down in the green room, we have, well, I'll play their video. Okay. And we'll bring her up. Thank you, Linda.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
All right. And there's Lola. Oh, I'm going to unmute you now. There we go.
Hello.
Now you're there. Oh, you got some earbuds in now.
Yes.
And we have no echo.
Good.
All right. So I'm going to make you guys a superstar. All right. And
Right.
yeah. What'd you think of that version of her little video?
That's good. That's my girl.
I'll make sure you get that. So,
Yeah.
Miss Lola, how's she been doing?
Oh, she is a dream. I feel like we hit the jackpot as far as fostering, but she gets along with everybody and she's calm. Yes, aren't you? And always happy and always looking for loving. Aren't you? You're a good girl.
Did I read in that video that even when your resident Pyrenees Lolly was less than fun? What does that mean?
Yeah, Lolly decided that since she was in charge of no one at our house as the new puppy, that she decided that she was going to tell Lola when she could and couldn't eat. And poor Lola was not getting to get to her own food bowl. And she was always just did what Lolly said, backed off. She was not extremely aggressive or rude about it. And we worked with you guys to get a little bit more separation and consistency with food. And since then, we haven't had any problems. But
all right. You do realize a lot of that documents I sent to you, Roman wrote them.
oh, really? Okay.
Uh-huh. So Roman fixed it. All right. He healed the situation. He didn't even know it.
Well, we
I'll send you
appreciate
your tip, Roman.
Isn't that right?
Now, how does she, man, that video, she's around all kind of kids.
Yeah, she is. I have 3 little ones, 6, 4, and 2, and she is so good with all of them. She's so gentle. The only thing is she'll give you that big peer paw if you turn your back on her when she wants some loving, but they've learned that they have to give her that loving before they walk away because she loves it. You're a good girl, aren't you?
So that means we have a requirement here of children.
That's right.
Usually it's no children in the
Yeah.
home. Wow. So that's 2 of them now. Lily was the same way.
Oh,
Which is
yeah. She needs a few.
Now, from what I understand, she's got a little situation going on.
Yes, she does. The poor girl. And right now we're so she's heartworm positive, and we just started her round of antibiotics last week.
Okay.
So she's been a little slower than usual. She was kind of seeming a little sick right before we started them.
Well, Doxy's hard on the tummy.
Yes. And so we're just letting her soak up as much air conditioner as she wants. And she likes the couch, as you saw.
You just wait till they start the prednisone. She'll have to go out and pee all the time.
Yeah.
So it makes them drink.
Yeah. Be thirsty.
Now, wasn't she also positive for a tick-borne disease too?
Yes, she was.
That poor girl. And the treatment for the tick-borne is also Doxy.
Right. At least that's 2 for 1.
But look at her. Just so, well, she's drooly a little bit, but she's just being so sweet. And it was amazing, Roman. Lolly was really being a butthead to her. And and the patience was, she showed great restraint and just patience. Not even restraint. It was more like, do what you want. I don't care.
Yeah. And, I have a little dog, a poodle mix. And sometimes he gets his
leader, if you had a pack. If you had a pack.
That's right. And he'll get a little bit of attitude with her. And it's almost like Lola raises her eyebrows and she's like, whoa, but she does nothing. And so, I mean, that he's 15 pounds, so she could get him, and she does not. She is so sweet. Yeah.
And when we were first doing introductions the day you met everybody, what's your big dog's name? I can't remember.
Gunner.
How can I forget that? And what breed is he?
He's a lab mix, a lab poodle.
A lab poodle. Mm-hmm. And I found out when we was getting ready to do introductions that he's extremely reactive to other dogs on a leash. So what did we do? We didn't make him come out on a leash, did we?
That's right.
We let them meet through the fence. And made a difference, didn't it?
It did. They have been just good buds since she got here, which is very uncharacteristic of my dog. And so I'm very grateful that she was able to just slide right in.
Mm-hmm. Now, have you been working with Gunner on the leash reactivity because
Yeah.
you can do that with some other dogs too. And then you might even be able to go out and walk them together after that. He just has
Yes.
to talk to them. Well,
Yes.
is that her?
There she is. Hey, what are you doing?
Is she trying to sing? So anyway, is she available for adoption? I don't even know.
She's not ready yet after
Okay.
she finishes her heartworm. So 3 months of that after she recovers from that,
Okay,
I believe she will be.
that's what the timeline they're shooting for?
I believe so, yes.
Well, that's pretty quick for heartworm. Of course,
Yeah,
she's young, isn't she? Oh no, she's 3 or so, isn't she?
they said between 1 and 3 originally, but the vet's thinking closer to 1, that she's still looking a little bit
Really?
younger. Yeah, so she does need a
I thought
spay.
that.
Yeah, so she'll either have to get spayed with me after her heartworm recovery, or she could go out on a spay contract.
Gotcha. Well, she's beautiful.
She
That's
is.
if you decide to let her go.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have only fostered one other Great Pyrenees, and she's mine, so my track record is not good.
And she's the first that you fostered for us. Is that correct?
Yeah, she is.
What's the experience? What's your fostering experience been like with this particular rescue?
It has been wonderful. I had fostered previously with a shelter that was local to me, and they have a good intention, but the resources are not there. They're not available to answer your questions. They don't send you what you need. And I have had only a wonderful experience with both Reagan and Linda. I have all my questions answered. I have everything I need.
Good. Perfect.
Yes.
And that's what we thrive for. Okay. So if anybody's questioning that, there's your answer.
Yes.
And we try to do this with all of our guests. Okay. Ask you how it's going, because we want it good or bad.
Right.
All right. Because this is a live show. We're going to do a blooper reel at the end of the year. Okay. So far, we don't have any bloopers. So anyway. Okay. So thank you for bringing her on. By the way, do you want to just move off to the side while and watch the show, or what do you want to do? Okay.
No, that sounds good.
All right. So we will do that. And I want to see Lolly again, by the way. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Hopefully before the show's over.
Okay.
Now, wow. Okay, everybody. Now, down in the green room, as soon as she turns her camera back on, we got us a special guest here. I guess I'll take her back down for a second. Okay, Reagan, here we go. We're ready for you. Okay, here we go. Maybe. There we are. We'll make Reagan big. Hi, Reagan. Oh, unmute yourself, Reagan.
Oh, there we go.
There you. Who is this?
This is Rio.
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 Is that the girl I thought was a boy?
Yes. There she is.
Oh, what's wrong with her eye?
She has entropion.
But she's a baby. How can she have entropion?
It could have been from a trauma, or it could be genetic. They don't know which. It's severe. We're guessing she's 7 to 9 months old. She has all of her teeth, but she's still very puppyish.
Mm-hmm.
And she weighs about 55 pounds, so she's definitely still growing.
Wow.
So because she's still growing, they cannot do the permanent surgery. It's a tacking that they do. Her eyelid is rolling in on itself, and it's painful to open her eye, so she keeps it closed most of the time. Kind of feels like you have an eyelash in your eye. Probably worse. One of my other dogs hurt something, so she's alerting.
If that's Murphy, bring him in. I want to see Murphy again.
Murphy is.
There you are. Now, there's a special situation going on with her, isn't there? Oh, look there's Murphy.
There's Murphy.
All right. But with Rio, you got something special going on with her, don't you? And you're fostering her.
Well, we had a foster for her in Missouri, but then when we found out the extent you know, and the severity of her her eye. Because she's a puppy and still growing, they want to do a temporary surgery. And then when she's done growing, they would do a permanent tacking. And we saw the vet yesterday, and she could not guarantee how long the temporary surgery would last. It might only last a few weeks. So we don't really know what would happen in the interim. She said we would just reevaluate the eye and see if the swelling has gone down. I don't know if they would do another temporary surgery. So
she needs to be in a controlled environment for this then, doesn't she?
yes, she has a long road ahead.
So that means you're just coming up here to show her off, and right?
Yes, we've contacted a organization in Iowa that takes very severe cases, and we're hoping that they'll be able to take her on. They use rescues in Iowa that have fosters. So I'm waiting to hear back from them on that.
All right. And wow. So that's why you're fostering her, because you're the closest.
She was at my local shelter in Wichita. I think she came in with her sister. There were two females that came in together. They were consecutive numbers on their stray numbers, their animal IDs. And her sister was adopted. She didn't have any medical issues. So
it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge to try to adopt a dog that's got medical issues, because now those medical issues get passed on to the adopter.
Right.
Okay. And with my luck, I would have adopted her, and then our gas would have went up to $5.09 a gallon or whatever it is we're in the state you're in.
Right.
That would have been my luck. GPRescue.com. If you want to make a donation towards Rio, you sure can. Put her name in there. If you want to make a donation towards Lola, absolutely. Put your name in there. Put her name in there, either dog. There's room for notes. So, wow. All right. So you got anything you'd like to add, Reagan?
Well, I've had her about a week. She's very sweet. I should have named her Shadow, because every time I turn around, I bump into her. She's right behind me.
Like a Velcro dog?
She loves attention. She definitely is a guardian breed. She loves to patrol the yard, and anything new, she lets me know.
And whoever the medical foster is, that'll really be a tight bond, won't it?
Yes, it will.
Medical fosters do form a tight bond with when they nurse the dog back to health. So
they definitely do.
That's a positive thing. All right. Okay, well, we're going to move on. We got a heck of a talking point tonight. Very challenging talking point with some folks. And boy, have we got some information for you out there. So, all right. You want to stay up, or is your you look like you got a busy schedule. You got toys to pick up.
I do. I do.
All right. So I'll take you on down, Reagan. Thank you for coming, GPRescue.com. And did you now we did cover the bashing that happened on our Facebook page, and our producer also put it out there too in writing. So that was a good thing. So thank you for letting me see Murphy again. I like that boy. Yeah.
Definitely.
So, all right, Reagan, you have a great weekend, and there's no weekends off in rescue, just so you know. So,
all
right, Reagan.
No weekend off.
Okay. You have a great weekend. Bye now.
Thank you.
Okay, now, wow. Hey, you just happen to be up.
Oops.
We have a heck of a talking point tonight. Okay. we can go like this, Roman, if you want. It's up to you. And I can
But
put
I'm ready for it.
okay, and I can put our fancy that one back up. Our talking point is: anybody ever had a dog or have a dog now that, well, 4th of July, you just want to go to the moon because your dog's got just so much anxiety. Oh, look at that. I thank you for staying up, Jordan. You don't have to unmute. So now always remember that we've got fireworks, we've got gunshots, we've got backfiring, and then we have thunderstorms. And I just separated thunderstorms, didn't I? Well, there's a little more to thunderstorms, okay? You got barometric pressure change. And sometimes the dogs that are good with fireworks and backfiring and guns, they really don't do well in thunderstorms. So we got a few different situations here. By the way, Linda Michaels, she's master of arts psychology with the animals, and she has. Matter of fact, we're going to be part of the treatment. Will be an excerpt out of Linda's new "Do No Harm" training manual. There's your instruction book. You remember last week the hierarchy of the dog's needs? Okay. Well, here comes part 2. All right. And the handbook, you'll be able to buy it. I believe you can join the group. There's a Facebook group called Do No Harm Training. Okay. And this group, the moderators are the people that answer. And some of these people, and Roman is, I think you're kind of like the chief moderator, aren't you?
We have
okay, well, close enough.
We're just moderators.
Well, just be in your moment here, okay? While I got you there. So these moderators like have master's degrees, and I think one of them had a doctorate, don't they, or a couple of them?
Well, all these titles are great. The goal is knowing what you're doing and being able to transmit that information force and fear-free and without doing any harm. That's
correct. No harm, especially with the breeds that we have. Okay. You know what happens if you ever make your dog mad at you. Well, I don't want to make mine mad at me. So look at that. There's Lolly and Lola. They were not getting along, but I have to remember. I can go back at the email. I'll tell you what I sent her, Roman. It's stuff that you just do a good job of. You do more work than you know. I bet you're tired. Okay, so let's get back to it. By the way, the treatment plan part of it, you start now. Okay, and this is actually a page out of the Do No Harm Dog Training Manual. Linda Michaels wrote you an instruction book here. And I'll tell you what, I've been reading. I'm not through with it yet. I've been reading it, and that's a good book. And
it's something better coming out soon.
And she's working on another one, yes. So
with references.
Now, just so you know, Roman, just so you know, when you come to it, you can do it yourself or I can do it. But I turned that into a PNG, a photograph, and I've got it at the top of the overlays. Okay, in case you want to refer to it. So, and I'll touch on a couple things too, if we probably don't have to because Roman's right there. But so, what do you want to cover first, Roman?
4th of July it is, I guess, because that's what's coming up next.
4th of July.
And we have enough time to take care of it because 4th of July doesn't come 4th of July for us dog lovers and Pyrenees lovers. It comes way earlier because we're rather being
already happening,
active and proactive rather than reactive and cleaning up the mess.
Yep. So, and also make no mistake, we out here in Ohio, I actually have some folks up in northern Ohio up there that's watching because they have a dog named Murphy Great Pyrenees that is just not doing well in the thunderstorms, and they're going to be watching this tonight. So now let's go. Isn't some of this like we start working on it now?
Definitely.
So how do we work on that now when we don't have fireworks to set off or a order a thunderstorm from Walmart?
Well, we have to become aware of what it actually is. So from my perspective, I would say make a list, take a notebook, and remember everything that your dog struggled with. And trust me, once you start writing, you're going to remember all these little incidents. And one thing that's important is to recognize not only that the dog gets upset and frustrated, it can go to the level of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It comes to the point that a dog actually has a near-death experience by these kind of sounds. It's not different than people coming back from war and have PTSD. It's not different than people having car accidents and have PTSD, or people getting shot and have PTSD. It's the same thing. Now, it can get very mild from just pacing and panting and walking around and trying to find a place to hide to defecating, salivation. So, what is it? What's English? Sorry. Drooling.
Oh, sorry.
Right. And
that's the first time in about 8 years that you got me on one here. Usually I
actually chewing themselves through doors and through sheetrock.
Yes.
Right. And there is no exception of a dog.
Going up on a bed, peeing on their bed when they don't usually pee where they sleep.
Right. And we have to be very careful and recognizing that it is a disorder. Okay? It can be chronic. And when it starts, it could be a series of events that happen. For example, you guys left the house, the dog had a little separation anxiety, and suddenly the neighbor thought he could do a kind of a test run with his fireworks a month earlier, see what's left from his arsenal, and then shoot it out while you're not there. And the dogs are in the yard doing nothing, just hanging out, and that thing goes off. The first thing is going to happen is the dog going to run in the house, try to get help, and you're not there. That is the number one you can start. And then separation anxiety plus thunderstorm or plus that sound can trigger a whole sequence of events, and the dog wants to get back to you, and all of a sudden, every time you leave the house, the dog is suspicious that it's going to happen again, and you have to deal with a lot of stuff. So, and for you guys who have already dogs who have already behavior issues, don't take it lightly. Don't put it on the back burner. You have a month to work on it, less than a month. You can address likely 50% of the situation and prepare your dog for that. So I put together a document. I hope I can post it here. I'll put it right now.
If you can't send it to me, you should be able to post anything.
Yeah. Okay, that should be on the road. Done. So click on it, read it.
Where is it?
I just posted in the group.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have here a series of things.
So there's a link in the group. I'm showing everybody the link right here.
Right.
All right.
So, and I put there 9 tips that you can minimize your dog's stress during the holiday. And the first thing I start is, first of all, help your dog being on the leash through that period, because you can only go outside in that period with a leash. Otherwise, your dog will get lost.
Run away from the sound.
This is number one reason for dogs being found at shelters stray, is the dogs get lost on a walk or in the yard. They get suddenly surprised and up they go. So if your dog is not good on a leash, or you haven't worked with your puppy on a leash, it's a good time to start, because you're going to need it, especially around 4th of July. The next thing you want to do is, now that we have the T-storm and your dog hasn't been in one, and sometimes it just looks like cloudy and all of a sudden you hear like a boom and your dog goes nuts, sometimes having an insufficient connection to your dog, like a very loose harness or a very loose collar, your dog will get out and he will not come back. Okay, especially for puppies who are outside on the street, that they will not know how to get back. They will just run in one direction. Other thing that we can be prepared is take a dog, microchip and tags up to date. I found dogs where there is the fax number on on the tag, and of course the fax number doesn't work. And proper exercise. Make a routine that before your dog gets in the house, you take him for a short walk. And short walk, I mean about an hour. Try natural calming remedies. So there are natural remedies out there, from over-the-counter CBD. Oops, I said it. Sorry, guys. And you guys can use any homeopathic remedies to proactively work with your dog, but you also can take recommendation from your veterinarian and get something to calm your dog down that is not heavy medication.
You're confusing me. What's the matter with saying CBD?
You know, some people are very sensitive, and Facebook usually censors this. Like, that's why. So
your dogs do not get high.
No, they don't get high.
It is
but
a
it helps them a
calming,
lot to calm down. But it's
organic.
Right. But whatever we say right now as individual thing doesn't make it happen. So you have to see the whole thing as a whole concept. So we need also to give your dog a safe space. Now, dogs who are scared, they will go to a place that makes this less soundproof, or the most soundproof. It could be your cabinet, it could be your bathroom, right?
Basement.
Right? Now, the problem is that we don't want the dog to be there for some reason, because I don't want my dog to be in the cabinet or under the bed.
Or
now,
in the bathtub.
Right? But if we go forcefully to pull the dog out of there, you're going to get hurt. Okay? Because the dog doesn't want to go outside. It's scary. And you push the dog to do something that's very scared of. So if your dog goes under the bed, let him under the bed, making sure he can get out. Let it be. Let it go.
Let him do it, though.
Sorry, what?
Let him do it. Don't hug him.
No. If a dog comes up to you for affection, yes, your dog can be up on affection. And whoever tells you you should not give affection to your dog when he's scared, don't listen to him. I just keep it very simple. Okay? It's like your child comes in and asks you for help and asks you for comfort, and you deny it. Okay?
That's different, what I was saying. Okay. We ran in a situation a few years ago where thunderstorm happened. Dog was freaking out. So they went up. Oh, come on. I'll make you feel better. A clap. Dog got scared. Okay.
Yeah. So only if the dog comes up to you for affection, help the dog.
Give it. Yeah.
Right?
Because
but
they're not just
the dog to hug him because you're scared.
Yeah. They could be coming for comfort too.
Right. So one thing I recommend, I don't make any plans to leave on 4th of July. I basically schedule it out. I'm at home or have somebody at home. That's my rule, especially if I have new dogs or dogs that I'm working with and haven't been before. I'm lucky that I live in an area that is forbidden to have fireworks. I'm happy.
Yes. Wow.
But there's always the people out there who just don't give a bark about it, and they will just shoot it. It will be a gunfire. They'll test the Kalashnikov, whatever they're going to try, and you have to just be there. Now, some dogs who are not comfortable in that place, maybe you want to think of sending your dog into a boarding facility and don't let your dog alone at home just because you go shopping, okay? Rather have your dog in your car, because while you're gone, things can happen. It happened to me. It was 1st of July, and I took a dog client for a walk, nothing suspicious, and I even let the backyard door open because it was just a wonderful day. And around the corner, it just makes a huge boom. And I got scared. I totally lost it at that point. And I had a new dog in my property. By the time I came back, that dog chewed himself through the bedroom door. But how he got in the bedroom door, he ran into the bed, touched the door slammed against the bed and closed and locked him in. By the time I came back, it took like 3 minutes. He chewed himself through the door. So we have to kind of take that in consideration. Now, also one thing that I see very often is that people get stressed. And stay cool here because I'm going to give you more tips at the end. Now, stay calm and act naturally, but don't pretend to be natural while you're not. Better be fearful when you're fearful, and better be stressed if you're stressed. Don't try to control it like that. But what you can do is take your dog for a walk if you feel stressed. Tell him, if we feel stressed, we're going to go for a walk. We're fine. We're just around the corner. We're back in the house. You can put some music on. You can read your book with your dog, scroll on your social media, and put some TV on and occupy yourself with your dog. You guys can have snacks. You can do some training sessions, right? Instead of just being there waiting for the bad thing to happen. So the more you do that, the more suspicious the dog gets. And I say, keep your dogs in a safe place. Do not let the dogs outside on their own. They will jump the fence. Okay, there is no fence high enough the dog cannot jump over, especially if you have a Pyrenees. Make sure your gates and windows are closed and secured. You can always pull in the curtains, and so it dumps out a lot. And on the side, you can also add some music in the background and make it a little bit more louder for the dogs. Now, for you guys who have already problem with your dog, one magic thing to do is desensitizing. And I would like you to refer you to the book and the link that I sent you from Linda, because it gives you complete desensitizing protocols. Right? Now, desensitizing protocols, Steve, you have your video off, your sound off. That's why I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Now you go.
You want me to bring the document up while you go over it or not?
Oh, just a little bit, yeah, if you can see it.
Oh, you can see it.
Exactly. So you have to see when the event triggers. So some dogs get sensitive with a weather change, with the change of humidity, with change of barometric pressure. Okay, and the dog makes that conclusion because he knows how he feels for the next 20 minutes. So they're very body conscious. And one other thing that happens also is when the dog is triggered, the faster you react, the better it is. But I want to go into being proactive rather than reactive. I would go online and find YouTube videos or even apps that make those sounds. And I would like you to connect that to your TV with the surround system, the subwoofer buffers that you watch your movies and you like it. Connect that sound to that TV and starts very slowly playing that sound. Barely you can hear it. And up a little bit and up a little bit while you're doing your training sessions. So every time you hear that sound, your dog gets a reward. The sound announces the reward. Bad thing announces good thing. So the dog recognizes that the bad thing announces good things. Obviously, the bad thing is a good thing. Right? Now,
That's right.
We cannot play around with the barometric pressure, but if you know that it is, and you have an alarm system on your watch, on your weather station, take that in consideration, and the weather is coming. So wait for the moment your dog starts showing stress signals. I'm referring to you back to that training manual. It tells you exactly what the stress signals look like. And if you don't have, and maybe you want Steve to look it out a little bit.
Just a second here.
I got you. So I would like you to get that book from Amazon. Okay, it's called Doggy Language. And even if it was written for young kids like you and me, with icons and descriptions, right? It is a good thing to look over it because you can start recognizing different postures. And you're like, oh, I saw that picture because I looked on these weird faces and my dog is pacing. Think Pyrenees here.
Look at all that drool.
Right? So it's a little book, fits in your shelf or on top of a refrigerator, and you proactively read through it so you have refreshed your memory. So as soon as you see a dog already stressing out, the first thing you do is start counter conditioning. Make that a happy time. So everything that you do, the dog should make a conclusion that it's a happy thing to happen right now. Now, we can also proactively give our dogs calming remedies before the event happens. Sometimes it takes a while for those things to kick in, especially if it's medication. Make sure your dog has enough water in different stations. So if your dog gets stressed and he goes into the bedroom and there is no water, he will not get out of there, and then he will be dehydrated, and that causes an additional stress. Yes, you can feed your dog earlier. Yes, you can take your dog early out for a walk. Feed your dog multiple times throughout the day. Make that extremely happy time. Extra snack. Your dog will not gain weight in that period of time, so don't worry about it. And again, make sure that you have your tag on your dog. If your dog is weird with strangers, you want to take a marker, take some blue tape, take a marker, and write with a number, big letters, just your phone number. We don't care about the name. You don't care about the dog's name. The phone number, big letters, as big as the black tip is. And then you're going to wrap that around your dog's collar. Okay? Because nobody will get close to your dog, but they can take a picture and see the number, and everybody finds the dog again. Now, if your dog gets lost, the first thing you do is call the police, call animal control, and tell them your dog is loose. Describe your dog. Simple. It's white, right? Or less white. And in which direction they go. Now, Pyrenees can walk a lot. He can end up 10 miles away in a very short period of time. Usually, the dog will go where you have already been. So if you take your dog for a walk to a close-back dog park, he may be there because it's a happy place, right? And beyond that, I have seen dogs running back to their previous adopter miles away from home. How he got there, I have no clue. 25 miles away in 2 days.
Wow.
So, and no,
but it was familiar. It was familiar.
Right. So the dog knew. He just went to his nose. Some dogs can smell very nice, very good, and they go there. They can remember the route. Did I miss anything? I don't think.
No. Other than, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to tell you right now, this manual that Linda wrote, she did a heck of a job on this. And it's only like $24. It's an e-download available now. Paperback's coming hopefully next month, right?
$24 saves you thousands of dollars. Because
that's right.
You have to hire a trainer to fix the mistake. It's not.
I
love you guys, and sure you can call me for help. But
that's
honestly, you don't have to. Right. You can learn it before it happens. But if you guys have problems,
book is good.
If you guys have problems and need help and need guidance, you're welcome to reach out to my website, holisticdogtraining.org, holisticdogtraining.org.com, and we're going to set something up and get you help you need to do an evaluation, put together all the problems your dog have, and then bulk working on that.
And Roman's going to post a link just in case you are interested. Directly where you can get the book.
Right, Roman? The book, yeah.
The book. I'm sorry. The book.
I'll do that.
And man, I tell you, and there's a group that is there called, Do No Harm Training. You can join that group also. And didn't I hear somewhere that you can actually buy the book upon entry and get a little bit of a discount, but you don't get the bonus material? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay.
don't make it more complicated than it is.
Yeah. Let's not just $24. Come on now. All right.
Yeah.
Now you see what I just did? You guys remember that right there?
Oh, that's cool.
That's actually Linda's website right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'll tell you that, I've been working with this breed for a long time. And that is a good book. And basically a lot of it reinforced that, hey, I apparently was on the right page all these years. Okay. So it, and then now I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Nope, didn't work. All right. I had your page up on the other tab over there, Roman. So, and then I'm going to bring that up next. So anyway, that's links in, the link will be in the comments.
Yeah, I'll put it up in a couple of seconds.
Now, can you go to her for your dog training? Well, if you're in California, you might be able to if she's taking on new clients right now. All right. She's awful busy right now.
Yeah.
But
we're available and we're happy to help you.
That's right. And one thing that we do know right now is, man, we're in a bad way in this country right now. We seem to have turned into a non-committed, disposable society, it seems like, with all of the dogs that are coming into rescue around the country. Okay. Nancy wants to know if thundershirts work.
Prime time.
Nancy wants to know if thundershirts work. Sometimes.
Yes, good point.
Yeah.
Thunderstorm, yes, they work. But some dogs get very sensitive about being under pressure. So some dogs like it, some dogs don't.
That's a thunder shirt there. And just like anything else, like Roman talked about the natural calming stuff. I mean, don't buy a big case of it because it may not work on your particular dog. You may have to go with something a little bit different. Okay.
Right.
So just always remember that. Thunderstorms and noise anxiety can be challenging. Okay. We just got to remember that. I'm getting ready to share your screen now, Roman.
So I shared the link. Don't copy it. I'll take care of it.
Okay. I'm just going to share the screen. And it should be right there. Sometimes I get confused. Is that the right link, Roman?
What link is that?
That's the one that you put in there for.
Yeah, that's the link for the book.
That's the link for the book right there. And that's what the page is going to look like if you follow the link. If it doesn't look like that, then you got to, go click on it again or something. Or get a hold of Roman saying, hey, you put a bad link up or something. But he doesn't do that because there's the link and I'm showing you the page. Now, that's 92 pages. And I'll tell you what, I mean, there's this one page, this excerpt that we took out for the event triggering. It also recommends treatment too. Okay. Like I said, it's kind of an owner's manual, but you also have to be a smart, you got to be proactive with your dog because you can't take it word for word. You have to make adjustments for your relationship with your dog. Is that about pretty close, Roman?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it when you agree with me. Hey, Jordan's, I'm going to take you down to the green room, Jordan. Thank you for coming. And, wow.
So Thundershirt, if you're out of everything, you can use bandages. And
Spanx
it's called
material.
Sorry, what? No,
stretchy Spanx
yeah,
too.
Stretchy. Or you can take old leggings. And what you want to do is you want to wrap it around your dog, X it, and bring it back and cross it and make a knot on the back of your dog. I will find the pictures, send it to you.
I was going to ask you if we have a diagram somewhere of that.
Yeah. It's called T-Touch. Let me see if I can find that. I'm going to put your link so you guys can do that. It helped me once to do it because I was in the RV and had nothing else there because I have so much space. But my wife had leggings.
That's the Wellington or Pellington or something.
Pellington,
yes. So there's a lot of tools out there, okay? And there's a lot of resources out there. And there's Roman, and if you have a boxer, and man, if you can't get a hold of Roman, a boxer rescue could probably point you in the right direction. Okay. Stay away from shock collars. Stay away from the adverse stuff. Try this once, all right? You just might like it. I know your dog will. I've been doing it the same way and there's a story of why I did it this way all this time, which has nothing to do with, what we know now. Okay. Mine was a different situation, but I did it. Okay. And I found a way to do it all these years. And it just kept refining and refining. And then I met Roman and he kind of made it all sense out of it all and come into place. Okay. And remote. I couldn't do remote. Remember, Roman?
Yep.
So, because I didn't know it. When I started doing this, there wasn't even any internet. So, anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think Bill Clinton started calling it the information superhighway.
Right.
And you're finding that picture now. So
I did.
Another thing that if you get into a situation, you got a surprise storm, you're not ready for it. One of the things you're capable of doing is go for a car ride if your dog does well and turn the radio up a little bit. Don't blast his ears out.
Dogs love cars and they don't care about the sounds of the car. They just love
And
it.
you're getting away from that sound, the pressure. We can't do anything about that. Okay. But if we handle other stuff, the pressure will now be associated with good stuff. Okay. So there's ways to do this. It's not a hopeless cause. All right. So, but it can be a challenge sometimes. It depends how committed you are. And I saw let me get up here. And I'm sorry, Carol, we're not going to have a drawing tonight. Now, there's another good question, Nancy. Will a harness work instead, in lieu of a thunder shirt? Could. Depends on your harness.
Not really.
Depends on your harness.
Because it's when the dog gets very stressed, he literally feels not in his body. So what the harness does, it brings him the sensation of pressure around his body.
Right.
But the harness is very, very topical. It's not the whole body.
And plus, thunder shirt actually focuses on certain points of the body too.
Right.
So that's why they're kind of expensive. Let me get this comment here. Okay, to get it back down here. Let's see. Where'd you go? There we go. Thunder is bad. And Judy said that when we started talking about the T-storms, they're in Peyton, Colorado, which is Colorado Springs, and she said there was a big thunderclap. And there's Sheila there. I think that's Sheila anyway. Thunder's bad right now. So, and I'm sorry if that's not you, Sheila, and sorry if I probably shouldn't.
My recommendation, do not lock your dog in a crate.
No.
Unless your dog goes alone on his crate, and then just leave the door open.
Yeah.
Throw a blanket over it. Just leave the door open for your dog to get out if he needs to.
The key of it is he's got to be able to he's got to be able to have options.
And always remember, keep water in different water stations throughout the house in case your dog wants to go somewhere.
That is correct. Thunderstorms are just, man, that's the worst ones are the fireworks and the gunshots. They're unpredictable. At least you can watch your weather report, know there's a storm coming. Even if it misses you, prepare. Now's the time to start. Okay.
And, preparing your dogs for a thunder is nothing different than preparing a dog to become a gun dog. So you send somebody far away with a gun to shoot the gun, blanks, of course, right? And then work him way closer and closer. And every time the gunshot happens, dogs get food. So the dogs associated gunshot food, right?
I've never heard of thunder spray.
What is a thunder spray?
I don't know what that is, Judy.
Well, there are some things that you put on an outlet, and it gives a vapor that is calming. But we have to see it again as a system and not as individual thing that works only. So if you have all these things, pull them out. Cannot do bad. Better more than not enough.
Yeah, there isn't going to be just one thing that does that heals this situation usually.
And
So
promote. There is no need to make sounds and noises at 4th of July. We have to think of nature. So yeah.
how many countries in Europe have banned the noise-making fireworks? They just got the pretty ones.
Yeah, they have the new ones that don't make any sound at all.
That's right. Was there 13 countries over there?
Italy started with it.
Yeah, Norway's one of them.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't matter which ones. We're not there. Because you always got to remember, it's not just your dogs that's affected. It is all wildlife.
And people down the street.
And people. You've got people coming back in the military, okay? Can you imagine how that's affecting them? That's not good. So anyway, you fought the HOA and lost. I'm sorry to hear that. Nancy's got one that says, and you know, and that's something that is happening. We refer to that as trigger stacking. And unfortunately, Mother Nature does most of the trigger stacking for us, and which is cheating. Okay. So anyway, yeah. And you're in a military state too. So, all right, everybody, it's time to go. We're on overtime here a little bit. And we're going to head out. We'll see you next week right here. We'll have another good talking point. And make no mistake, if you have questions about what we talked about tonight or the hierarchy of the dog's needs, you can bring them up anytime. Okay. Bye, everybody. Sorry, Roman. We're out of here. Bye.
Bye-bye.